Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Lord of Sparta, and I'm coming to you guys with gameplay from a game that really no one has played, at least not that I know of. For some reason, whoa, sorry, loud noise. But for some reason, like, nobody ever played this game. I can't understand why. It's a great game. I love it. It's amazing. This game is actually Battle Station specific. It's came out a couple years ago, but you know, I enjoy it a lot. It's a pretty good game, good graphics, game mechanics are pretty well. Anyway, throughout the game, if there happens to be like a moment where I have no clue what's going on or I pause or something, it's basically because me and the person who I was playing with, we hadn't played in forever, so we kind of forgot, you know, the mechanics and everything. So that was it. But as you can see, I'm putting out like one of the big ships, and that's a landing craft. It's supposed to capture island defenses, and we're playing score resolution. And basically, in the top corner, you get a higher score as you capture islands from your enemy doesn't have them, but they can capture them, and vice versa. But as you can see, I'm telling it to attack. I have, what was it? That one craft. Actually, I have two of them, and I have a pair of dive bombers that can be used against ships, structures, basically anything. Sorry if you hear me drinking. I'm pretty damn thirsty. Yeah, so I'm sending my dive bombers out to go find them. Yeah, and right there, my ally just basically sank my freaking ship. So I got a little pissed off about that. But you're in this game. You're allowed to use special units that you unlock throughout the game. And I went with the B-17 Flying Fortresses. I just really like them. And my ally, he went with the Iowa class, which is the best battleship that you can get as the U.S. without getting the carrier pack, which adds the Montana, which in real life was going to be built, but the U.S. Navy decided not to. Instead, in the 1940s, they decided to change it and go straight for all aircraft carriers. Also, if you're wondering why we don't make more units, there's a little counter in the bottom left-hand screen, which basically tells you about how many credits you have, and if you capture a couple islands, they will give you a little bit more, but it's kind of like a unit cap, because otherwise it'd be basically unfair if you have like 100 squadrons of dive bombers hitting a target. It'd be unrealistic and way too overpowered. And that battleship there that I have, that's a Renown. Problem is though, it's a World War I battleship basically, and it nowhere near has the firepower, strength, or speed of the Iowa at all. It's basically, I can honestly say, is the worst in the game. Now if you're wondering what this map is that I'm bringing up, it's actually the battle map. You're able to give controls to your units straight from there instead of, you know, manually doing it. So you can keep an eye on the battle and go exactly right to where the action is quickly. And it does save a lot of time. There's the B-17. And it's pretty cool because in the B-17s and such, and heavy bombers, I mean, they're not good against aircraft, really. They're better off against, like, they captured heavy. But they're basically good against, like, taking out specific targets, like land targets, or what I really like going for is their shipyards or airfields, just so that they are enabled to fight back for a little bit, and it gives you enough time to get an upper hand. That's basically the only reason I got the B-17s in the first place. Yeah. I really like the audio they have for this and the music. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. But I'm gonna say right now, you will notice the Japanese incoming airborne. Enemy Air Force. But I'm gonna say right now, the Japanese do beat the U.S. in a straight-up fight with aircraft or battleships. unless you're fighting in Iowa. Then it kind of goes out the window. But believe me when I say this, is that they outclass the U.S. a little too much. Like, as you can see, there's a bunch of tabbies there. They drop airborne units, but watch as soon as we get on them. Like, I'm shooting at them now, and I'm not hitting where jack shit. Now we can hit them. But, as you can see, it's like doing little to no damage to the aircraft, unlike normal Wildcat would. But even if you stay, like, perfectly on target, hit them, with this airplane, it's not going to do anything. But, believe me, we found out the hard way what they had, because I really wasn't paying attention. This is why you need to know what's going on to your enemies at every second. Like, right there, I didn't notice I lost another bomber. I got one enemy aircraft. I go to the next one, and they're just full of zigzags passing everywhere. I don't know if I kill off the squadron. Nope. And as you see, boom. I just caught fire. I have no clue what just hit me. And there's actually a giant group of zeros right there on our tail as soon as that happened. So that, believe me, that's a real pain in the ass knowing. So I threw up a bunch of Wildcats quick because I wanted to kill off those tabbies before they dropped on islands. And we need to take out those zeros just because I hate zeros. They're terrible. Gatorade is so good. Red kind. Oh, coupon. Yeah, as you can see, the ships are obviously battleship. And right here, like you can see right now, I'm just swapping through and like here, this guy's going after this. And I can determine whatever I want basically. So I was trying to lock onto those zeros. And then I just have one group hit the tabbies. Because the tabbies aren't really that big of a threat. Unless they are close to an island. Otherwise, the zeros though, if you try to get on the tail of the abbeys, they're just going to mop you up. And right there, I noticed that my friend, he's like, dude, there's a ton of shit right there. And I looked on the map, I'm like, oh crap. And this, I was just finding the base so I could hit it.
Enemy aircraft incoming.
If you'll notice in a second, I was just dumbstruck of how much shit they had there. Literally, that was probably almost all their resources put together right there. It was pretty damn scary. They had, I think, like 3 or 4 squadrons of zeros alone plus tabbies. And trust me, when I say you're gonna go up against all of that at once with just 3 squadrons of basic airplanes, you're dead. See, 1, 2. There we go. An entire squadron just got shot out of the sky right there. Also another fighter. Trust me, this is, believe me, it's beyond hard. I mean, even if you get on the tail of the zero, there are gonna be guys all over. There went another, and there went all 9 of Wildcats. 9 Wildcats. That's pretty damn hard to take down. Unless you have the equal amount, but as you can see, thank God we had the battleships nearby. They were actually firing at the time, scouting up. So they provided with some cover, and they were able to take out the rest of them remaining zeros, which I was kind of happy about.
Enemy air units wiped out.
Also, you want to look up on the board to make sure that you're up with the enemy, because believe me, if they get a jump ahead quick in the game and you're behind, you're going to get annihilated fast. So we were really hoping that we could put together enough of a fight and just basically I was trying to communicate and try to kill off as many of these tabs before they could drop, and then just go straight to the zeros. Yeah, basically it's just me going straight at them. I mean, a Wildcat versus most things will win, except the zeros. They are just naturally crap against a zero because they just turn way too good. Their armament is, absolute piss shit. You'll notice from history, but from maneuverability, they do justice really well.